Everyone, today we're gonna play a prank on someone. But so right there, it's a drink. I'll show you. If I point the right way, about in there is a Mountain Dew. Right there. Here. You know where it is.
I'm Dee from Zone B, and I run a small studio based in California.
So let's start. The prank is on me,
To teach others how to make their
but
own
three people
Minecraft.
that the team is mine. Okay, so let's start.
Welcome to Double Nugget Minecraft Live. My name is Mark from Kubo Studios, and we are 15 working here in the Philippines.
A drink. Which we got isn't yours.
Hi, I'm Captain
Make sure people
Games, and
doesn't
we are
remember
38
where
people
the
working here in
The
England.
drink. Like they forget about it. Until you think they forget about it.
Hi, Minecraft Live. This is Nestcraft, and we hope you like this stuff.
Okay, so we hit it. We hit it behind the TV. You can barely even see because I'm Icon Live.
Hey everyone, I cannot believe I'm part of Minecraft Live
See?
this year. My name is Yasser, aka StockTMA from MC Texels, and we are super excited
Oh,
about
Nip. Oh yeah, by the way, this is my pottery.
Oi, Minecraft Live. Eu sou o Gabriel, o diretor daí do estúdio. A gente tem cerca de 5 participantes da
Do you
nossa
see it, everyone?
equipe.
Probably don't, but here, let me do this. Oh well. Oh well.
Studios, and I get to spend my days making content and working with awesome people.
Hey, I'm Warren from Minecraft, and we have 20 people working here in Israel. Shalom.
So let's start building this. So number one, things I need. Look at that.
And the best part is all these features can be used by all creators. So what do you have to show us today?
Yeah, so for the last couple of years, we've been doing a lot of work with the entities in the game. So this time, we've doubled down and gotten it so that we focused on items and blocks. So as part of that, I made a custom crop to kind of show off a lot of the capabilities. So over the summer, everyone at Mojang Studios was given tomato seeds to try and grow a tomato plant at home. So I thought that was kind of perfect inspiration to go make a crop. So you can interact, place the seeds, use the crops, see they're kind of growing. We got a couple of them getting to the flower stage. Got a few now that I can actually go pick. So in this case, I've made it work like the sweet berry bush where you can right click on them. But I think tomatoes taste disgusting, so I thought it was better to make them as something you can throw. So Conan and I had some fun. We were throwing them around. It's harmless or sort of harmless.
Yeah, totally harmless.
Yeah.
You're not in the lava.
It was mostly by accident. But tomatoes will actually rot on the vine as well, and if they rot for too long, you get a little rotten tomato monster that can spawn from it. So I gotta fight him off here. But yeah, he throws rotten tomatoes. They don't fly as far as a regular tomato, but they knock you back a lot more. But kind of based off all this stuff, I think tomatoes maybe aren't the best idea. So I'm gonna get rid of all my plants and never grow them again.
Yeah, I agree with you on this
Yeah.
one. So all these,
healthy.
it's true, they are pretty healthy. So with all of these new custom crops, creators can go and make some really cool kind of like farming style maps.
Oh, definitely. So like, I think crops are a great example of showing off how they all can kind of come together because you get the items that you can get there. Normally, you would eat the item, but or you can make projectiles. But they also have the ability to get events that are fired from things like a tick event. So as that event is fired, you can make the block run through multiple stages of growth, and eventually get to the point like you can choose like what loot spawns at various stages of growth and stuff like that.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool how you could like interact with them like a normal berry bush.
Yeah,
but then get the tomato out.
Yeah, it's just it's an interactive event that you can key into.
Yeah, and then there's a tomato monster there at the end too.
Yeah, I call him Tomo.
little Tom. It's so cute. It's
Yeah.
not even scary, but yeah, it's an example of what you can do with them combining events and commands. That's one of the features that our creators have requested for so long.
Okay.
Just having commands to be able
Now
to
we'll do
run them
part
when something
2.
happens. So now instead of also in addition to doing it with actors, you can also do it with blocks and items. In this case,
I'll see you
the
back
driver is rotting,
today.
you can
Peace out.
disappear that crop and also summon a tomato monster, a tomo monster.
Shut! No!
Well, that's really cool. I can totally see creators like using all of this
Sorry.
as a features to make some like really cool like adventures and maps.
Yeah.
We have
Like
our
for example, the
finger.
little adventure
It's
that we can
something.
show you where we were going to the
It's
desert.
feet.
And then we found this mysterious golden skull and also an equally mysterious pedestal in the middle of the desert. So we decided to place our golden skull over there and see what happened. And yes, we have a mountain that is hollow. And as the brave warriors that we are, we went exploring. And obviously, we found some creepy monsters inside. Luckily, we have our trusty custom sword to fight them off. I'm not sure we even survived that.
Yeah, that doesn't seem very safe.
No, not at all.
But that pedestal, I know that's one of the most requested features, block models.
Yeah, so I'm super excited that we finally be able to get block models in. It's something we've been wanting to do for years, and we're finally able to work on them and get them in. So we've got it working with using the same formats that we've been using for the entities, so the same tools that people have been using to build custom mobs, they can use to build the blocks with.
Oh, that's cool. So you don't even have to like learn a new skill. You can just continue
That's
to.
almost identical.
That's awesome. And then I noticed on the hotbar with the golden skull, there was like a little red triangle. What was that?
Yes, it's an feature that we're calling item lock. I don't know if you found yourself sometimes just going through some content and you have this special item and then you die and you lose it, or maybe you drop it accidentally. Now we've made it so that creators can actually lock something on your inventory so that when you die or you press Q, it won't go away. That way you don't lose your mysterious golden skull to unlock the next stage.
So nice.
I was gonna say that makes it super easy because I've definitely been in an adventure map and I lost the key on accident, and then I had to go and try and fix that.
Yes.
And then when you place the skull, there was a lot going on in the background.
Like there's 3 features to talk about right there. The first one is like we wanted to give more power to creators with cameras. This one is just a small one where we just shake the screen. I don't know if you noticed that one. And then you can help players convey something
Still have the
like
finger on my fingers.
there's an earthquake going on, or
kiss
maybe
it,
something is going to about to fall over you. So you can do that with this new tool.
Or dinosaurs.
Or dinosaurs. Yes. The second one that we noticed there is
Now let's start.
structures. You can now place them using commands, whereas before you had to be using
Here's
a
my
structure
drink.
block, which is more complicated and time consuming.
Here's
Now you
this.
can do it much more easily. And as part of those commands, you can now animate the structure placement. For those that know this, like the mountain was opening and that was just a structure animating. We provide a couple of effects. One is just like a 3D printing animation, and the other one is layer by
Make
layer.
sure to cut
And
the
yeah, if you
paper
can combine
first.
them to just actually very
Okay,
cool
cut the
effects.
paper. I'll
Yeah,
be
I can
right
see
back.
like creators, using those to add just another level of polish to their world.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And then I recognize the scorpions.
Yeah, well, the desert theme, it felt appropriate to bring them back. They've always been one of my personal favorite custom mobs that I've ever built.
Yeah, but after watching that video for so long, I ended up having a nightmare about having to rescue my mom from
Really?
some aliens riding scorpions. It was creepy.
I'm sorry, that was not the intention.
It was creepy and funny.
Yeah. Well, speaking of aliens, I know our team put together a really cool sci-fi parkour map that, they made you run through, Jason.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they knew this when they asked me to run through it, but I'm pretty awful at parkour. So it took a few tries to get us a clean run through. But at the beginning here, it's a pretty typical sort of parkour map of running and jumping, but we definitely have some twists up ahead. And here's kind of the first one of, even I know I can't make that jump. So let's see what's on the chest. And we got a Sliminator. So I'm pretty sure you know what to do here. So now, hopefully, I will jump and be able to clear this gap. Please, yes. Made up. So get teleported to the next section, kind of make it along, and see what next obstacle we have. So now I know the chests have useful things in them. So we got a Blockinator, and we'll throw that across and get a little platform. Now I can make this jump. Even I can make that jump. And we got a hot dog and cyber dog. and float up. But it poisoned me, so I needed to use the antidote to rescue me there. Get across and get through here. Now we got a wall in the way, so let's see what tool we have to get through the wall.
You hide.
And insta presto, get through here. Keep going along. And this should be our last obstacle here. But I can see the teleport pad, but I can't quite get to it. But that shaft up above looks promising, along with the ladder. So let's go up, see what we get here. Fall down, and block breaks. I can get to the teleporter. And Fanny's already there. Yeah, finally.
Okay, guys. Now we need to hide.
Wow, that's super
86
cool.
times.
What we did.
I love that.
And we need to get more.
To involve, like, all the art
So
and things.
we'll
So
tune in next time.
Those seem
We
like
have
really
3
cool
more
to add, like,
minutes.
another level of immersion to the world you're creating.
Yeah, with data-driven items and blocks, you get so many new events that you can act on. Like, for example, in the case of the teleporters, you can step on it and then an event will trigger and you can react in so many ways. You can add particles, or in this case, for example, you run a series of commands that just teleport you to the next area.
That's awesome. And I love the Slaminator, the Blockinator, and the Magic Wand. I've never seen items do that before.
Yeah, so that's another example of how combining the same tools you can achieve so many different effects. For example, the Sliminator was just using the event and the fill command, right, to replace the blocks at the bottom with the slimes. Then the next one, we have the wand, and that one is just replacing blocks with air. And then we also had the Blockinator, which allowed you to walk by placing some blocks, replacing air with blocks. So just by combining events and the same command in different ways, you achieve so many cool effects.
Yeah, so just small little simple things you can combine in lots of different ways. Yeah, get a wide variety of results.
And even that Blockinator allows you to make that jump.
Yes.
And then I also saw that there was, messing with mob effects too as well.
Yeah, so we've had an example of custom food in there, but in addition to just satisfying hunger like a food normally does, you can add and remove mob effects. So we had the Cyber Dog that gave 3 effects, the levitation, nausea, and poison. And then we had the antidote that would actually only remove 2 of them. So unlike a bucket of milk that removes all mob effects, you can make things that remove very specific things.
Yeah, and it seemed like you got, after you use that, or after you use the magic wand to get to that wall, it seemed like you were stuck, but there was something else that was going on there.
Oh yeah, so there is the block that was in my way. So we made it so that another one of these events, similar to the on step on, is we also have an on fall on. So in this case, it was just an on fall on, and you can set what distance you want the event to trigger. So you have to fall at least 10 blocks or something like that. And when you land on it, we then break the block, similar to what the tomato plant and other things that we saw earlier.
Yeah, and it seemed like it took you quite a few tries to make it through, but Danny was able to do it first try.
Yes, unlike others, 86 times. Yeah. And one new feature that we have is that on rock text will be able to show the names of the players that are of interest at that moment, and also show scores. Like in this case, we were tracking how many times Mayor was dying.
You can also do this by.
Yeah. Well, thank you both for coming on to the stage and talking a little bit about these creator tools and new features that are coming out. And with these new features, there's going to be a pretty amazing new thing coming out later this year for all Minecraft players.
Remember, GDL will not be held responsible.
What you want to write on there? What you want to write is that it's yours.
Your descent will begin in 3, 2, 1.
More came up.
We know you've waited a long time for this update, and if you thought the first set of features for the caves were awesome, it's time for even more awesomeness. Agnes and Nate from the Vanilla Minecraft gameplay team are here to tell us what else is coming to the Caves and the Cliffs update. Hello, welcome.
Hey.
How does it feel?
It's so amazing. It's so awesome to finally be able to share that with everyone.
Yes, it feels great that we have just a bit of tweets during the break, and we have some more tweets. We have more, yes.
You did it. You congratulated did it.
Oh yeah.
Now let me show you.
We so many cool things we can do with that.
this. Okay, so we already hit the limit, so bye. Enjoy the